Alright, today is slightly different because I'm jumping straight into recording in a game with the deck instead of looking at the deck first. So I probably am going to mulligan this. I can only set up 3 gold worth of cards. Yeah, the mulligan, wow, that's so terrible. Alright, I might lose due to how bad that is. I think the first thing that I had was probably better. Yeah, so this is Tyrell, Aloof. Um, this is Tyrell, put out the Great Hall, play the big characters. I think it's a really strong deck, but we'll see if I can manage a setup that was that bad. I got Marjorie and a bodyguard, though, so maybe I'll be fine. Should I milk this thing? Probably not, but I might not have anything else to spend money on. It's too bad that blessing is this blessing here, blessed by the maiden, is not compatible with bodyguards. That's really unfortunate. I'm gonna save the milk. This is really suboptimal, but what can you do? So the reason I'm going straight into a game is because, as you can see, unfortunately, the player base is so decreased. After about 5 p.m. Eastern on the Iron Throne, there's like very few games, and you actually have to wait a few minutes. Like, I think I waited maybe almost 10 minutes to get this game. So if I go over the deck first and then try to go into a game, I'll be sitting there with 10 minutes of dead air. So we'll look at the deck list after this. So he has a really good start, but I saved my milk, and it's good that I saved it because he played Barrack. So maybe I'll be okay. We'll see. Gives Lim Renown. Interesting. He has a duplicate, so that makes sense. It's a really straightforward challenges phase. Citadel Archivist. I wonder what the other card in his discard was. I have no idea. Man. Marjorie cannot even defend against power successfully, so I might as well do this. Get unopposed and renown. Oh, he'll defend it because he has Red Keep. That was definitely worth it. Think I'll kill my lady in waiting. I don't think she matters. After I play Lysa, he might never want to declare military again. Is Lysa supposed to be in this deck? I feel like maybe that was supposed to be something else, but whatever. It's funny. Again, it's funny. That's why we're playing it. That should probably be Jackin. Jackin's probably better than Lysa. Oh no, I remember why, because I'm playing Wildfire. That's why I'm playing Lysa. Lysa with Wildfire is hilarious. Trading with the Pintoshi. Okay, let's go. Let's go, sir. Oh, that's rude. I don't like that. Man, I don't like any of these cards. So what's funny now is I can milk Barrack and he'll have 1 strength from the Ghost of High Heart. A Zora High Reborn, that's dirty. So what he does is he gives Lim Intimidate. Yep. Oh, he gave it to Barrack. That's not correct. Oh, he put the Azor on Barrack. I didn't see that. I thought he put it on Lim. Lim has a Warhammer. So now he just does 3 challenges. This thing is not... Yeah, it doesn't matter. He just does 3 challenges and everything gets intimidated. Can I actually win this on defense? Why did he declare a challenge that I could win? Doesn't make any sense. He should have done power first, I think. He should have done power. Damn, support of the people too. He's going crazy. I have nothing burns like the cold. It's so goofy. So he used the Starry Sept to blank Lysa so that he can do military. Not sure if I really care about that. I think I'll just burn a bodyguard on Marjorie. I don't think he's going to Valor Morghulis, so she only needs 1. I think I'm going to nothing burns. His deck is really cool, by the way. This is a pretty cool Baratheon Brotherhood deck. Yeah, I'm going to do nothing burns and play Paxter. That's what we're going to do. Plus, it has 7 initiative. He'll probably do you win or you die. Oh! Okay, I take it all back. Definitely an annoying plot. Oh, I got the Courtier. I don't think I have any way to strength buff, though. I guess Randall actually costs less than Paxter. No, they cost the same, so I might as well just play Randall. Because of the Great Hall and Aloof, they cost the same amount. I might as well dupe him. Damn, I cannot afford the Courtier and the Hightower Spy. 1 gold off. That's trash. I'll save Hightower Spy to stand up Randall, which gives me 1 gold left to spend on this thing, maybe? No, because I'm going to Wildfire next turn, like, almost for sure. If I'm Wildfiring, I should play Paxter. Yeah, because then I keep these 3 and kill everything else, so this is better. No! You got rid of the milk. What other lords do I even have in this deck? Oh, I have Varys. That's right. That's so dirty. I could play Varys. Let's see. Oh, he did not discard the Pleasure Barge. That's weird. I would expect him to discard that. Still gives Barrack Intimidate. Not sure about that. I guess he has his Renown back, so who cares? I might not should have declared this, because it gives him another power on the Starry Sept. Might have been a misplay. Really, this game's just going to be decided by the Wildfire Assault next turn. Wildfire is what, 7 initiative? Alright, so Doharis cannot save him from it. 14. Oh yeah, he gets thrown in. Oh, I think I'm just going to lose this turn. I'm not going to get to Wildfire, because he's going to get the Unopposed and Renown. Oh, that's too bad. Man, I wanted to show off that Wildfire. That would have been so funny. I blame this on that beyond awful, worst possible start. The worst setup of all time. Yeah, this is 15 power when he does military. Oh no, because he's discarding it from the Starry Sept. What's going on? Oh, what if I put in Varus? That's not what I do. I think I put in Mace. Oh my gosh. Is this going to happen? This is going to happen. So it saves. I don't want it to save. I want to remove him from the game. There. No! I gave him the prize! Damn it. Ah, that's so trash. There was no way out of that then. I had to remove. Yeah, there was no way out. Because he was going to get 15 on Dominance. So this was the only way to stop Dominance, was to get a 5 strength character. Or 4 would have done it, but I don't have a 4. I only have like 5 and 6. That was so close. But yeah, if I Wildfire Assaulted, then I could have removed Barrack with Lysa. He can't do anything about that. And then he keeps like these 3 or something. I don't know. I don't know if I would have won, but I would have had a chance at that point. But instead, I just got killed on turn 3. Sad. He has a really cool deck though. That's a really crazy Brotherhood deck. Maybe I'll win the next game I play with this deck. Maybe I'll have a playable setup. So the deck list, I have 2 noble causes. Is that really correct? I should have, what is it called? This is something someone pointed out to me on Discord. In the Lannister deck, I'm definitely going to do this. I'm going to take out the noble cause in that deck for the King in the North, because the Lannister deck like just doesn't have that many important triggers compared to other decks. I think this deck also is the same way, because the Marjorie is a queen, so she's actually immune to it, which is a really big deal. And so like in a deck like that, where I played right there, you know, King in the North is going to disable a lot of my nonsense, but it would have saved me, and maybe I would have had a chance if I could have played it there. So it might be correct to take out one of these for the King in the North. Because yeah, there's a lot of effects in here. You know, I think almost any deck now, it's going to hurt to play the King in the North. You're going to turn off a lot of your own stuff. But if I look through the characters, really the deck is based around Marjorie, who's not affected, and the rest of it's just based around like the characters having such good stats. Like Randall Tarley is the other one that really, really sucks if it disables him. But Renly's like, oh, his reaction's disabled. That's not the biggest deal ever. All the rest of these are mostly stats. Queen of Thorns, I guess, but she's only a one of. She's like a very questionable card. You could probably get away with like playing Jack and Hagar instead of her. Yeah, I think King of the North makes sense for this deck. Putting that aside, other than that, at the gates, counting coppers, I had nothing burns, which is funny. You can absorb it, like your locations that you're going to lose is only ever Arbor Marketplace or Renly's Pavilion, which is, it might be annoying, especially if you lose Renly's Pavilion, not the end of the world. And otherwise you can soak it up with your Blessed by the Maiden or even Bodyguards if you really need to, so that you don't discard Milk or Pinch. Pinch is self-explanatory and was explained in the Lannister video, and I think does fine in this deck that tends to get like big characters with 5 or more strength out and has some strength buff abilities. The Renly's Pavilion, the Marketplace, the Hightower Spy. It's like the bare minimum strength buff abilities to justify Randall Tarley, but it's still enough and makes Pinch worth it. Milk, again, a card that obviously did not save me because he drew Maester Crescent, but if he didn't draw Maester Crescent, this card would have saved me. It's really hard to ever justify making a deck without 3 Milk of the Poppy in it, to be honest. I think any time that you don't have 3 of these, it's probably just because, you want your deck to be more fun and have more of whatever its actual flavor is. I think it's very difficult to ever have a card that's actually more efficient than 3 of these as like the last 3 cards in your deck. The only possible exception would be if you are going up against like a bunch of Nice Watch. Like if you're in a tournament and it's going to be nothing but Nice Watch, then maybe you don't do it. I guess that would be the situation there. Yeah, Lysa, Aaron, you can see the anti-synergy with the Prized on the agenda. I'm so funny that I actually lost to Prized on the Aloof agenda. That's hilarious. I'm kind of glad that happened while I was recording with this. But it's also really funny when you marshal her and then you do Wildfire Assault. That makes them very sad. I think any deck that has this big Marjorie should probably be playing Wildfire because it's pretty funny. Valar is not hard to explain why that's in the deck. And you've got your ladies in waiting and your bodyguards. So you're basically a Greyjoy in terms of being able to play Valar Morghulis. 6 saves, you'll be fine almost always. And I've got the 3 Renlys, the 3 Randalls, and then a bunch of other lords. I think there's, 1 Varys is always good to have around with this Marjorie. I've got a Bronzeon. He's a lord. Yeah, I'll probably keep it. He's 6. He has Renown. He should probably stay in. I'm trying to think. Like, there's a couple very borderline cards that didn't quite make the cut. Namely, what is that guy's name? Willa's Tyrell. Like, he's not in here. I kind of wanted to have a copy of Willa's. Leighton Hightower's not in here. I kind of wanted to have a copy of him. There's just not room. It's like, you could cut Hightower Spies, I guess. And then it's... what are your strength buffs at that point for your courtiers? This is a card that's like every Tyrell deck should probably have this card. There's just so little strength buff cards at that point. Like Garland. Okay, Garland and Growing Strong, which is a really good event on its own. But you could maybe just hope for like Growing Strong in your 3 strength buff locations, I guess. Maybe you can get away with that. Maybe that'll be a revised edition when I record the second video with this deck. This card, again, questionable. She doesn't have any keywords, which is kind of crappy. But every now and then her reaction will make a huge impact. Obviously, there's a lot of targets for it. I mean, probably like half the characters on here are targets for her reaction if they're sitting in your hand. She also scares people a lot. Like, even if you don't actually have anything to use her ability with, if you just do an intrigue with her, people are going to try to defend it. But yeah, pretty straightforward deck. That was a goofy game. So Lannister, Greyjoy, Tyrell. I'm gonna do 3 more videos, 1 each for those 3, and then I've basically made my 3 decks for next week with the next agenda, which is the Dark Wings event agenda. That'll be more interesting, I think.